Hi guys, welcome back to my usual show. This is APUSHAPULL, and first of all we apologize for taking long without posting any video. So today's topic is on political security or political insecurity, and today I'm glad to host my friend, my good friend. He will introduce himself. I know he does a lot. He will tell you what he does, but please let him introduce himself.
My name is Jackson Amunadi. Currently I'm a student and I live at Kibera. Yeah. And APUSHAPULL is one of my friends. I mean, the opponent, we do have different ideas. So I'm very glad to be under his show today.
So, Jackson, you said very well I'm your friend, your opponent, but that one aside, today's topic is on political security. So I would like you, in a nutshell, to tell Kenyans what causes political insecurity.
About political insecurity, on my own way, I do understand that the major cause about this political insecurity, it's about the political leaders here in Kenya. So you see, most of the people do trust these political leaders here in Kenya. So it's like your dad. I mean, if your dad says this one is bad, you will truly follow what he says, yeah? So that is like how people do. If a political leader says that this one is bad, so then people will be following that one. If they say that even if they say that this one is good and yet it is bad, they will still follow it. So I think so one of the major cause, it is the political leaders. Yeah.
So in what way are these political leaders causing insecurity? Because we believe that the leaders are in charge of political security.
I mean, you see, the rivals, I mean, your opponent. Like, if I want to win, I'll make sure that I'll do something more that which you are not, you will not gonna do it, yeah? I mean, like, if I want to win you, I look at some weakness, like some of the weakness that which you have. So I will be using that weakness to the public. So, you know, if I express your weakness to the public, or if I say something against you to the public, that one will make me to be more marketable there outside. So I think so. One of the way leaders do encourage this political instability, it's by you see some of them going out when some Kenyans are being protesting about their rights. So you see some of the leaders going there and they kind of cause chaos here and there. Yeah.
So probably you said that political leaders cause this insecurity, but now who is responsible for this security, for our Kenyan security or any security anywhere in this country or in this world?
I think the government is the one responsible. It should be the one to handle this thing that which we call political security, because it is the one that which has the power to control everything here in Kenya. So I think.
But we do say that political starts with us. You, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I know political starts with S.
No, it's okay.
Not political. Security starts with you, isn't it?
Yes.
But probably I know security starts with S, isn't it? So you are responsible for your own security. So how come you tell me that a political leader will cause a political insecurity, and yet you are the one responsible for your own security?
You see, some of the leaders do know, they've done a research. It's like they kind of done a research. I mean, they will come to a certain time, like right now, you don't have any money, yeah? Let's say, for example. Then I tell you, Apush, take this 25,000, go and cause chaos somewhere like at the gate, at a certain gate. Go cause, will you not? And imagine you do have the family, you do have your family. I mean, you are supposed to pay your rent, everything, and you don't have that money. What can you do? And you have tried to search for jobs, anything else, but now you can't find it.
So, in a nutshell, you are saying that now the citizens themselves are the one causing political insecurity after being paid by these political leaders.
And being influenced by these political leaders. You know, it's not about just being paid, and also by being influenced. It can be also by word of mouth, you see. Like, you see, when some of them, they are being campaigning, they will just tell like, oh, tutatengeneza barabara, oh, tutatengeneza hospitali, oh, education will be free. But have you ever seen education to be free here in Kenya?
Probably, I don't know. I don't know. But you,
I mean,
you can tell us.
like, let me just give like that as an example. So you see, most of these leaders, they have like studied these people, and mostly they use those illiterate ones, those ones that which like they kind of have not knowledge about their own securities, their own duties. I mean, you know, like a learned person, a very really learned person, cannot do such a thing like that. Like you, yeah, I can't just come and give you money, then I tell you like, go and smash someone's car. Or let me take as an example, like when you are just a little kid, then someone comes and gives you like something like 20 shillings, and then tell Apush, go and steal for me that radio. Won't you?
Of course, in my own concern.
I mean, no. Let's say, imagine you are. Let me tell you. I've told you, they don't just come like today. No. They come like at the time that which you have hardship. I mean, you want that money.
So you are desperate of money.
Yes, exactly. Now that is where now they come back in.
So now, mentioning of that issue of money, so you mean that if we distribute money to all Kenyans and tell them now this is money, everybody gets 100,000, tell them, if any political leader comes to you telling you go beat and so go destroy this and this, they will not go?
Probably yes. And also I think the other factor that which contribute to this political instability, it's about tribalism. I mean, most people like nowadays, like you did see in the last Kibera by-election of OMP, like you just saw like I don't know, I've just forgotten this kind of leader, the Ford Kenya.
The Ford Kenya leader was Engineer
Buttigieg. Did you see when he went to campaign at Buhungu grounds?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Your people beat him up.
No, not my people. I kind of.
They are your people.
It's okay. Yeah, they are my people. But now you see such a thing like that one.
He's not the only one. Of course, also Owalo, Elido for Owalo.
Yes.
He was beaten in a public domain. People are seeing, and you will see these are political leaders. Political leaders sing. So what's your take on that? Like, a political leader is seeing another political leader being beaten, being frustrated by other goons. So it means that now, in the near future, if you want to be a politician, you need to have goons.
I mean, you see, at the beginning I said about weakness. I mean, if I know that this one is a weakness and you are my opponent, I will be using it. I mean, you see, like Eliud Owalo, he was going to campaign where like the ODM party, it was dominating there. I mean, somebody just can't come into your house and start controlling you. Or like the bedroom thing. Can you go into someone's bedroom?
But now the issue of the bedroom, the Kenyan politics is diverse. We've said that you can campaign anywhere provided by the constitution. So the issue of telling me bedroom. So what is the bedroom? Because you can campaign anywhere. Politics will never be compared to a bedroom. You know what happens in a bedroom. Of course. So you want to tell me that when you elect someone, you want someone to go in a private place or in a public place. You are leaders. Do you want them to be in a private place or in a public place where you will see them?
I mean, we do have those like strongholds things. Like you can't just like, for example, if you're conducting an election, like if you're conducting your own rally, you will just know that this place, it is now my stronghold. Or like maybe when you're in school, you knew that like English, it is your stronghold. Yes. Like maybe math is not your stronghold. So there you can't just, but English, it is your stronghold. So like there, in that place, it was stronghold for like ODM party. So you can't just go there and campaign there.
But remember, the ODM party
Even
also
though-
went to another place, to a stronghold of other people. But we've never heard that these people were frustrated. They did their campaign and they left peacefully. And they were in other person's stronghold. So you cannot tell me that political security or insecurity is caused by, it is caused by some individuals, some goons. So you cannot...
Under the influence of...
those political leaders.
Yes.
So now, my question also comes here. What's your take? What can you advise people to do in order to enhance their security? Leave alone even political security. We've had so many insecurity cases all over this world. Be it political, because you know everything is political, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what can you advise the youth out there that are watching? You tell them, know what? Do this to avoid political insecurity.
I mean, what I can just tell the youth, be contented in what you have. Be yourself. Let nobody come and influence you to do bad things. Like if someone comes,
things?
like I can't just tell you like Apush, go and smash someone's car. I mean, think fast. If you smash that car, maybe you never know. One day you will be like sick, and that person's car will be the one taking you from there to the hospital, saving your life. I mean, you should be contented with what you have, and always think before you do something. Like even if you hear that somebody is coming to do something, just be alert. Like also, this is to other youths. Like if you hear that like a political leader is coming and just trying to bribe you or trying to tell you that do something this, and you know it is bad, you can just go, and we do have many police stations here around here, chief stations within around here. You can just go and report it.
But these people are corrupt. You reported, they tell you.
At least, you know, it's better if you report it than something bad happens. Then you see other people will just tell you like, didn't you have an option of going to report to the police, or didn't you have an option to do something to avoid this one? I mean, you should be alert. Do something constructive, because the most of these leaders comes when like you have just to sit there. I mean, you don't have something to do. I mean, like even if there's no employment out here, try. You do have talents, yeah. Everybody was born with each and every talent.
I don't have a talent anyway. I don't have a talent.
You do have the talent.
Which talent? Do you know me?
I guess so.
What is my talent?
I think speaking. You do speak a lot. I do think.
So political security is the main topic here. And you know, citizens are watching us. They are listening to us. They want to know, where did we go wrong that people have been fighting? We have the famous thing called handshake. Handshake has brought up political security, as they are saying, but some of them are feeling politically insecure. So what can you've not answered that question well, that this citizen can understand that, no, when we do this, we are causing political insecurity. When we do this, we are secure.
I mean, first thing, you must know your rights and your duties. Duty as a Kenyan.
Well, you mentioned a good thing. You know, many people know
Duties,
their
yeah,
rights,
but they don't know their duties.
Or
So,
responsibilities.
yes, you must know your responsibility. And also be wise. Before that's why I still insist. Before you do something, think twice. Think ahead. Like, if I do this thing, will it cause harm to other people? Even if it will be benefiting me, but will it cause harm to other people?
Now,
I mean,
still on the political security, do you think the BBI initiative or building bridges initiative, do you think it's bringing political security or political insecurity?
On my own understanding, I think it brings about political security, not insecurity. Because one of the things I do understand that BBI, it's bringing up change in the government structure. I mean, we need change. Like, you can't be eating ugali and sukuma every day. You need to change, like balanced diet.
But what if your money makes you be there? You know, it depends with your pocket. You cannot tell me how to eat meat and you have 20 shillings in your pocket.
I mean, you can't just be having 20 shillings every day. There are those some days that which you get like 100 shillings, 1,000 shillings. Do use it.
So don't you think that BBI is dividing other Kenyans?
I think not.
And causing political insecurity?
No.
Because, you cannot tell me that you are uniting Kenyans at the expense of other people. Because people say that now, BBI wants to throw out Ruto. And when you tell me that BBI wants to throw out Ruto, it means that you are causing political insecurity to other parties. And that's why I'm asking you, what is your views? Because now other people are feeling politically insecure because of the BBI. And you saw it recently when the BBI was launched to the people. Some people are very insecure. In fact, many people are insecure with the initiative.
I think, you see, those people who like signed the BBI thing, like there are how many?
I don't know.
I mean, there are many. Many people support it. I mean, don't just look at like what it is going to cost. Look at the benefit that which comes with the BBI.
What are these benefits?
I mean, try to think about it.
I'm thinking about it. There are so many benefits, but of what benefit will you bring benefits at the expense of another person? If it is now that will cause political insecurity. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, let me ask you, like, what do you think BBI it is doing to like the other parties?
Which parties?
Like you have just said that it's kind of throwing Ruto away. How is it?
You,
how is it?
It's
like
kind of causing political insecurity.
How? I mean, okay. Explain it to me.
Because I see. Do you remember yesterday? That's why I'm asking you. Following Murkomen's words, could you please comment on BBI?
I can't just comment it anyhowly. But if the president has decided to pass BBI, he's the head of the Kenya. He has that power. He knows what he's doing. So let BBI pass.
So it is. So you say that because now it is the president who
and also you see the people came up with that thing.
People came up with that thing.
Yeah, they supported it. Most people they supported it.
Now let me ask you this final question as we are finalizing.
Yeah.
Is BBI for all Kenyans or for some people?
For all Kenyans.
And if it is for all Kenyans, why is it that BBI, the launching of BBI was taken to a very close place? Close place, that is Bomas of Kenya, where people have to go there with invites, if it is for Kenya. And all people are there are political leaders, isn't it? Do you agree with that? That all people in Bomas were political leaders, either retired or what? Now, if BBI was for all Kenyans, don't you think it could be an open place, either Uhuru Park, Kasarani, Nyayo, where citizens could also join in to raise their views?
You are kind of right there. But now, you see, they know what they are doing. Like
who knows what that
the ones who have planned about the venue, what. Like even if you see like the annunciation of the president, it is not like in public place, it is like in private place. That means that that thing, it is kind of strong.
So you mean that BBI is also private?
No, it's strong. I mean,
strong in what sense? Causing insecurity or security?
Security. I told you that we need change. We can't be just having this same thing every day. Like we need change. I mean, most of the people have supported it. Like even the president is supporting it. Like even the wise people like the president, they're supporting it. And they know what benefit comes with the BBI. So I don't think so.
So, from what you're saying, you mean that if your leader reads something for you, you say, no, you know what, Baba has read it. So, if Baba has read it, or if Uhuru has read it, or if Ruto has read it, then, and Ruto says, no, you know what, BBI is right. Will you also say it is right because Ruto has said it is right?
No, it's not about being somebody has said it's right. You look at the majority. I've told you that BBI, it is being supported by many people. Majority do support it. And
so you are going with the majority?
Not with the majority. They about, I mean, like those people who have an experience there. Those people who have experienced in politics.
So
Now,
in a nutshell, can you tell Kenyans that if BBI or if there is a referendum to vote BBI in, there's going to be political security, and then there will never be. Assure Kenya that there will never be any political.
I mean, I can't assure them because time also passes. Time passes. People do change. I mean, it will just reach a given point that even people will start opposing BBI. So I think what BBI is trying to do is trying to like kind of change. Because I think I told you that you can't be eating ugali and sukuma daily.
So it is just changing, not
changing.
Bringing political security.
By changing, it is bringing political security.
To leaders or to citizens?
Both.
Because I know it is mostly to leaders, but now tell me, in 30 seconds, like how does it help citizens with political security?
I mean, if citizens are like they are contented with it, they have they have accepted it. I think that brings political stability. But if the citizens, even if you know that if you say something and the citizens they kind of don't want it, there will be like chaos. But if the citizens themselves accept it, before accepting something, you must first think through that something. So I know that people have just they didn't wake up in the morning and then they just say let BBI pass. No. They thought about it.
So, as we wind up, tell Kenyans who are out there what is their stand, what they will stand for, and what they should do to ensure that they are promoting political security, either with the issue of BBI or anything you are touching on in 1 minute.
Okay. About Kenyans, what I need to tell you is that know your duties, know your rights. Before you do something, please think about it. As citizens, we were the ones who are causing this political instability thing. Because the leaders, it will reach a point that they will come back together as one. You saw even the handshake. Nobody knew that Raila and Uhuru will come back someday and be one thing. Leaders, us citizens, let us think before we do something. So I think I can just tell that one.
So guys, you've heard that you are responsible for your own security. So let leaders never divide you on ethnical groups or any other tribal thing. So what you do, please, before you do something, as Jackson has said it clearly as an intellectual, please know your duties. You citizens get lost because you think of your rights and then you forget that rights come with responsibilities. So thank you, Jackson, for coming, and I look forward to hosting us again. Fellow viewers, I want you to do only 3 things: like, share, and most importantly, subscribe for more videos. This is APUSHAPULL, and the show is APUSHAPULL, and we've been talking about political security. Bye.